The photographs covered the walls like a timeline of ghosts. Each showed the same lighthouse, the same angle, but taken decades apart. And in every single one stood a man who looked exactly like Daniel. Family resemblance, he said, too quickly. But Emma knew better. The faces were identical. The eyes, those haunted, beautiful eyes, unchanged across a century of time. When Daniel left to tend the light, Emma's curiosity won over caution. In the corner sat an old chest, secured with a lock that looked ancient, but hung open as if waiting for her. Inside, letters, dozens of them, all dated exactly 30 years apart, all signed Daniel Mercer, all speaking of a promise, a curse, and her return. The most recent letter was dated today, tomorrow's date written at the top, but never finished. The last line read, "If she comes, I must tell her the truth, even if it destroys everything." They stood in the beacon room as midnight approached. The light swept around them like a clock counting down to something inevitable. Emma felt them then. Memories that weren't hers. A ship breaking apart in the storm. A young keeper diving into the freezing water again and again, pulling survivors to safety. And then, reaching for her, trying, failing. "He loved me," Emma heard herself say, though the words felt borrowed from another time. "Your great-great-grandfather, he tried everything to save me." "She cursed him anyway," Daniel said softly. "Cursed him to watch every generation carry this burden. Cursed him to wait eternally for forgiveness that never came." Until now, Emma understood with sudden clarity. She touched Daniel's face, feeling the spark between them, a connection that transcended time itself. "I'm not angry anymore. I never should have blamed him." Daniel's eyes glistened. "Breaking the curse means I'm free. The lighthouse won't hold me here any longer. But Emma, I've waited my whole life for you. And now that you're here, we choose each other," Emma finished. "Not because of a curse, but because this is real." As the clock struck midnight, Emma unclasped the locket. It felt heavy with a century of grief, of misplaced anger, of love that had nowhere to go. She walked to the window, Daniel's hand in hers. "I forgive him," she said to the storm, to the sea, to the ghost of a girl she'd once been. "I forgive all of it." The locket tumbled from her fingers, disappearing into the churning waters below. The lighthouse bell, silent for 100 years, rang once, clear, pure, final. And then, silence. Beautiful, perfect silence. Daniel squeezed her hand, his solid warmth the only reality that mattered. "Where do we go now?" Emma smiled, feeling lighter than she'd ever felt in her life. "Anywhere we want. We're finally free." The Mercy Point Lighthouse still stands on its lonely cliff, a sentinel against the sea. But no keeper tends its light anymore. The Coast Guard automated it years ago, or so they say. Locals tell a different story. They say that on foggy nights, when the beam cuts through the darkness, you can hear laughter carried on the wind. Two voices intertwined, free, joyful, finally at peace. And sometimes, if you walk the beach below at dawn, you'll find two sets of footprints leading away from the lighthouse, leading toward forever. Some curses are meant to be broken. Some loves are meant to transcend time. And some lighthouses finally get to rest.